Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Please Slay the Spire, and oh boy, we are actually playing Ascension mode, learning Start Each Run Cursed. Okay, here we go. Ironclad. Statistically, worst character, still excited. Transform, gold. Dude, I gotta be honest, max HP plus 16 for 99 gold? I think that's pretty great. I mean, 100 gold is fine, but what are we going to do with 199 gold? I mean, it's 100 more than we would otherwise have, so I don't know. What are we going to do with 800 gold we couldn't do with 700 gold? That's another valid question, but I think, like, 99 gold for 16 max HP is a blessing we should not ignore. I will say, my recent Ascension mode success is largely, well, there's a couple of things. Playing a little better, not forcing perfected strike builds, specifically on the Ironclad. Sure, go ahead and hit me for one. But on top of all of this, pretty amazing luck when it comes to that opening segment choice. A lot of the times we've been swapping, 99 gold for a rare relic, and the rare relic ends up being awesome. We'll take Flex. One thing I have to learn, it's a wombo combo that's been described to me by Chad. Flex plus Panacea is an unbelievable combination. And I use it sometimes, but every time I use it, it's accidental. I think we have to commit to getting this guy killed, so I'll accept that, that's going to happen right there. Panacea, let me go. Always a Shroud. Doubtless. Easiest choice I've ever made in my life. It's tough to not take 275 gold and then immediately go here and be like, okay, remove it. Sure, it gates us off from Gremlin Horn, but what do we like? A couple of things. I do like Trip, I think, but I also really like Bag of Marbles. And, 7 HP when you enter a shop, there's a chance it could be useful, but Bag of Marbles is great, I think. And then Trip, very rarely are we going to be disappointed that we get Trip. Let's put it that way. Dreamcatcher, I think, is not at all what I'm looking for. This is exactly what we want, though. Oh, what? Because he's vulnerable, I woke him up. That's still, at some point we're going to have to wake him up regardless, but I didn't expect it to happen so soon. Okay, keep that vulnerability up. This is not bad. Like, we're going to take some damage in the process, that much is clear. But we do have the blood potion, we can rest. When we rest, we can add a card. Adding a card, it means a lot to me. 10, so we're not going to kill you. I still think we should play it because we're at lower decks, but adding a card doesn't normally mean a lot, but it means a lot in the early game. Didn't go too badly. Ornamental Fan is fine. I do think Spot Weakness, it's got a certain je ne sais quoi. What can I say? I don't think we've added enough cards now that I don't feel compelled necessarily to add more, but okay. This is pretty good so far. Just don't play skills unless you absolutely have to. Like even here, I don't think we play a skill. I think we take 16 damage. This fight, in my estimation at least, is mostly all about just never playing blocks unless you absolutely have to. Or, can we get him this time? Like, Bash will do 12, and then this would do 9. No, this would do, yeah, it would still do 9. 12 and 9 is only 21, so if we play this, we get you. Hey, Stone Calendar can be interesting at the very least. Corruption, also interesting, but we're going to stay away from that for now. And you know what? I don't want to gate myself off from seeing these other elites. Let's give it a try. Now remember, he starts vulnerable. So do we want to attack him this turn? Probably not. Bash him. And then what do you get next turn? Not a whole heck of a lot. You still gotta wake him up, though. You might as well. So he'll, he's gonna wake up anyway. You might as well smack him. Doesn't really matter. It's a bad start. We do have, like, insane vulnerability on him, which is nice. And I'm just trying to, you know, get a balance between taking damage and doing damage now. Like this time, we're going to take 17 damage. Much more on the side of taking damage than not taking damage. And we'll keep this vulnerability going. We probably won't kill him next turn, but we're going to get mighty close. We're going to kill him next turn. So this actually went just fine. I think we can afford to take a feed. And I think it tends to be pretty useful. Let's transform a basic strike. No! I'm so sorry. I mean, it wasn't my intention. Yeah, when did... At the end of turn... Is this the turn? No, we had that turn, I guess, recently. My mistake. This time we will shrug, because we got nothing better to offer in its stead. This is unfortunate. I'm not even playing spot weakness on this guy. We have to really worry about our HP. Let me see. 12 plus 9. It's 21. You still have a lot of HP left. I could flex Bash Strike, but I don't think that really helps. Next turn we've got you for sure, but our HP is going to be low. I mean, this is kind of what we signed up for. It's kind of what we signed up for in fighting so many elites, is that, of course, we're going to probably have a good chance to find ourselves low on HP. I really like Rage, just as like a passive way to gain some... block. So this is 12 damage. Sorry, not 12 damage, 24 damage. I could take it to 29. I think a steroid potion is... Oh, it'd be 31, actually. Either way. I made that happen to get feed to work. It also heals us to make it happen. Give me another flex. We just really want to make sure we're in an okay position for our boss fight, which is not necessarily a guarantee, to put it politely. Yo, check it out. That's great news. So we've managed to fight our way to what I would describe as a truly decent run here. It's because of that. Alright. Go ahead, I guess. Hit me for 8, which is exactly what we'll heal for regardless. We got that vulnerability for later. I just don't want this guy to whittle me. And right now, I'm getting a whittled. We should be, especially considering how high our maximum HP is now at 109. We should be relatively good on HP for the boss fight, and then we'll get almost a full for the next fight. So Headbutt is very interesting. I guess we could Headbutt spot weakness back, which is kind of the way I see this working out right now. Decent relics on the first floor, not quite like... I'm not thrilled, I guess, would be a good way to describe it, but I recognize, I suppose, where this can go. I don't know if I want to remove Perfected Strike, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm not totally sure I want to keep it either. We need to do, like, 32 damage. 9, 9, 13 won't get us there. It'll be 1 away, which actually might be where we want to be. If we can't get to where we want to be specifically. Just because, oh no, I was going to say we would stop him from rolling over, but of course he absolutely did roll over. Because he hit us when we had Liquid Thorns. So every attack we play evens us out on block. So I did kind of want to play Perfected Strike there, but it is what it is. We still very much could die here. I surely hope it does not happen. There's always that chance. We leveraged ourselves maybe a little bit too hard early on here. Like, this is really bad. We're taking 9. He's going to take 12 in the process. But we're really getting close to the danger zone now. Okay, dude. Stone Calendar, you have showed up at a wonderful opportunity for me personally. It's really tough. I do want to hit you, but I'm not sure if I can afford to put myself that close to the danger zone, so I'm just going to pass. Okay, we almost died there. Instead, we're going to live with 4 HP, and this is really the moment of truth. I'm pretty confident that we are dead. We're dead. Okay, we'll start another one up here. This is on me. I went a little bit too hard. I really thought this ran out of chance, but I found myself kind of adrift. So that's the end of any kind of pseudo streak we had going on, but, you know, you'd probably not be surprised to hear that I'm not too disappointed with that. Obtain a curse, choose a rare card. Tend to like it. Dude, Immolate is really good. I kind of like the idea. I mean, Offering is also awesome, but I love the idea of doing an Immolate, like, Evolve build, if we can. Like, these enemies just get destroyed by Immolate. It's like having a Hyper Beam. Sure, it does have a negative, and particularly the longer a fight goes on, the worse that negative is going to be. But it's extremely good, especially for the first floor. So do you add anything else here? I don't think that's necessary yet. I think we'd probably just go with max HP plus 5. Man, that would have been a great turn to draw Immolate, but we can just wait it out. Man, that would have been a great turn to draw Immolate, but we can just, you know, wait it out. So you have 15 HP. So I can just wipe you like that. I just factored the block in, more or less. You really can't afford to play Clash in this deck because of the burns. Can we? No, we can't afford Panacea anymore. Headbutt seems like it works for any deck, right? Like, you want Headbutt just to give you whatever your best card is. Again. So we took Headbutt here to bring back Immolate. It might seem like that'll lead to, you know, too many burns being in our... So good. You might think that'll lead to too many burns being in our draw pile. And you might be right. But simultaneously... I think, to be honest, go ahead and hit me for 10. Go ahead and hit me for 5. Wouldn't we rather use Headbutt to bring back an Immolate? Because if we use Headbutt to bring back an Immolate... Again, I'm just going to go for this. That means we're drawing an Immolate ahead of our next burn. So why wouldn't we love that? Like, even this fight went totally fine. Whetstone hit Immolate, which is probably our best offensive target. I mean, we haven't really added anything else. I think a Demon Form is okay. As of right now, this deck, you know, to me, it seems like it has Sustain. So Sustain means we can afford to play Demon Form because we can otherwise heal after the fact in order to make our longer fights better for us. Here, again, like I don't necessarily dislike Iron Wave. We'll upgrade a card. I mean, Demon Form gets better, obviously, but Shockwave gets way better. If we could ever play it. Which is, as of right now, I mean, we'll go Demon Form next. As of right now, not a guarantee. So we are recording these Elite fights early because we, I mean, to be honest, just have the opportunity to do so. This is going to hurt. We'll probably Shockwave even though it buffs him. Because the juice is definitely worth the squeeze here. Bottled Lightning. I guess we'll start with Shockwave in hand. It's our best card. And I actually completely think Reaper works here as well. We want the healing, in my opinion. Oh, Anger the Mushrooms, dude. We want the healing... Nothing's in there yet. But this is still... both of these are our most damage. Just make sure they're all going to die when an Immolate comes up. We want the healing because we're probably going to take damage in order to play Demon Form whenever it shows up. Oftentimes, at least. So you guys, I mean, you're hurting quite hard here. Well, you know what? That actually means this turn was a net positive for us. We take 18, but we healed 18, and then we blocked 5. So we actually had a net positive there. Can't make this stuff up. Anyway, the only one attacking is the enemy that we can kill. Got him. Okay, it's vulnerability protection. I think there's something to be said about an armaments. And we'll upgrade that as soon as possible. It's our best upgrade target, I think. Ah, easy money, dude. You play Demon Form first turn. And then, basically, whenever Immolate comes up, that's when you're going to start popping. If you really wanted to, you could get started on this turn. I mean, I guess I'm a little concerned I'm not even going to draw Immolate next turn. But if we do, we're happy. And this is exactly the turn I wanted. Immolate Headbutt. Then we'll bring back Immolate. You might as well, like, heal a little. Or not heal, but block a little. Although now I'm like, wait a minute. 20. Oh, we got you. That's because of Demon Form, of course. Sundial, it's just okay in my opinion. Oh, dude, Limit Break has to be in the deck. That's actually a better... Well, Immolate... Oh, let's go. It's actually a better target, I think, for upgrades than Armaments. Except if you draw Armaments after it's upgraded with Limit Break, you get to play it multiple times. So for this fight, I'm going to say that Limit Break is our better upgrade, so we don't lose it forever. We don't exhaust too much. I think I'll just take the 2 strength to make an early Limit Break even better. And obviously we'll start with Shockwave Strike. Alright. I'm eager to see how this goes. 30 damage right off the bat is something we're going to accept to do 45 damage ourselves. Demon Form, please. No Demon Form. I think Limit Break is fine, and then we'll just play a Reaper for heals. Healing for 12, mid-fight, I can get down with it. So I do think, you're gonna... Oh, you can't play a Demon Form after that, you fool. Completely my bad, by the way. Except, maybe we don't even need Demon Form in this specific fight when we have a Limit Break that we can bring back so readily. Right now, go ahead, hit me for 4. I'm just gonna bash you. Just to keep that vulnerability up. Because we know, like I was gonna say, when we get another Immolate, 66 damage is no freaking joke. So we're gonna win this fight easily. And dude, I am loath to add too many more cards to this deck. Because right now, we got something good going on. Will I add a second Immolate? Yes. Okay. I'm going to go for the extra energy so we can play 2 Immolates or a Demon Form and something else in the same turn. Would we be so lucky enough as to draw them? I really want, like, as far as I'm concerned, honestly... Go ahead and hit me. As far as I'm concerned, what we want is an evolve. If we can get evolve, I think we can afford it. If we can get evolve, we no longer have to worry as much about what's happening with our burns. So we definitely want evolve in the deck. And then I mean, I have to say Orichalcum is pretty good. We're not blocking too much. And I think we're almost always going to want to shrug, and this is our deck as far as I'm concerned. If you can give me a compelling card to add, different story. But for my concern at the present moment, this is the deck that we got going on. So I know these guys are gonna hurt me for more than I heal, but it's pretty close. Oh, maybe not actually. Well, we're gonna be below full HP, but it's a turn that worked out okay for us. And then I was gonna say we got at least one of you. No, we don't. Okay, this is a good lesson for me to actually start doing the math. I don't think we need a second headbutt. Not offended by it, but... Because I want to fight these two elites, I'm gonna take the curse. Even though it came with no positive. Well, the positive is, I guess, that we don't take damage. The weakness here is worth so much. And then, I mean, I guess Immolate is probably a good call because of the... just the, tankiness of this fool right here. So we'll try to remove that curse at our next opportunity, of course. Can't even kill him with poison. Again, this is an Orichalcum situation. Starting to realize, like, defensively we got some problems. Now that we've got enemies that actually, like, survive for a turn. I guess I'll be taking this headbutt, by the way. Things don't look as good for us, but we still have to try this for sure. That is not what I meant to click, and now I'm, like, I'm mad at myself. You gotta make sure this guy's, like, done as soon as possible. So what do we want on this? We want, thank God he's weak, by the way. Do you have to play Demon Form? No, but it is relatively wise. This guy's already dead. You might as well at least start working on you. It's gonna be painful. I'm not convinced that we're gonna survive even this fight right here, and that would be a big embarrassment for me, to be honest. So let's get a... I mean, this is a Limit Break Immolate, I think. And because we have that Demon Form out there, things should get easier for us. I think it's a good turn for Reaper. It's actually a really, really nice heal, and kind of a reminder that, you know, just because things, you know, we get a little low on HP, that doesn't mean we're actually in that dangerous of a position as long as we get that out there. Duvu Doll is very interesting. Evolve does not help us. Oh, we can't get it. Evolve does not help us when it comes to... You know what? Actually, though, Rupture. Whenever you lose HP. So I actually don't think... Decay oftentimes will not make us lose HP because of Orichalcum. So I think we're just going to not take that and try to fight this elite. Great turn to have weakness. Or to have the enemy have weakness. Better way to describe it. You're doing 10 damage, that's fine. Why don't you take 45 and do 4? So we have 2 strength up right now. I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts, but we obviously would prefer not to draw curses as often as possible. What would you play? 20, 23. Let's upgrade this one. That way we don't get another burn in our deck. And I think it's clear we're not exactly, like, dominating the run. I'm just gonna speed up your descent a little bit. Like, we're coming close to dying when we fight multiple elites. Immolate will just get the kill. Actually, we're gonna get the kill anyway. But we're still doing okay. Toxic Egg is pretty helpful. Probably we're gonna want to rest, although Blood Vial is very helpful. You know what? We have an elite on this path, so here's what I'm thinking. Go rest. Takes us pretty close, 72 HP. I continually want to say, we do better than breaking even there. We heal for 18, we're going to block for 6, and then we're going to take 2. That's a great use of Reaper as far as I'm concerned. Gets us right back into the game. I mean, I have to say, because of the curses, we actually have an immediate use of Limit Break, even if we don't play Demon Form. So I'm kind of tempted to continue to roll Duvu Doll. And, I mean, straight up, it's going to be hard for you to convince me that that's not a viable approach here. I don't think it's worth playing Demon Form right now. On a long boss fight, we almost have to play it as soon as it shows up. On this boss fight, don't think it's strictly necessary. So this is 24 damage, plus another 14, Plus another 11. I think I can get you. I know I can get you. I did my math very wrong. I don't think I factored in the vulnerability. We could, as far as I'm concerned, dropkick almost always is going to work. You're doing 14 damage. Sincerely, no joke. We can afford to go for this guy first. Because our vulnerability is not as bad because of the odd mushroom. Oops. Okay. Nothing wrong with this. Actually, we're looking pretty solid right now. Reaper is an extremely bad play. He's dead anyway. Inflame. I think it's worth it. Our build is a strength build. It's a kind of a wonky and weird strength build, but it's a strength build nonetheless. You're doing 16 damage. I think I would rather hit you and then just do nothing. Our other alternative would be to block twice, but we would still take 6. It's a lot of effort for a very minimal blocking protection. And then look at what we got going on the next turn. So what we want here is basically, I mean, I was going to say Reaper would be really nice. So if I could just... Never mind, I killed you accidentally. I meant to play Reaper at some point, but I was worried that Reaper wouldn't get any damage because of the block. So perhaps you understand my concern. Well, this is a much better start. I'm gaining some confidence here. Oh, dude, okay, so this is a great opportunity to play Demon Form. Next time an Immolate shows up, it is going to destroy. I was going to say, if possible, we should play Evolve. $13 damage. I think we accept. We're basically going to take 21 damage. But we'll make sure we kill that enemy. We're going to take 15, I should say. We can recover a lot of that via a Reaper at some point. Probably not right now. Although it would heal us for 22. So you know what? More than 22. It healed us for 39. That's absurd. Yeah, so you shouldn't come as much of a surprise, but I absolutely believe we can make this work. It's going to require decent play, I suppose, but... I buy into this deck, 100%. Why not? No, you need to go Armaments. Armaments is kind of like the worst added card to our deck, but now that we've upgraded it, it should be a lot better. So, what do we want to play early? I mean, Inflame. Shockwave would be better next turn, but I think it's fine to get a little bit of tempo here. And then brings back Dropkick, so we get another free attack next turn. Seemed like a decent start to me. So I think we're going to open with the Dropkick just because we can. And that gives us a limit break, which is 5 strength up. Maybe we can get a card that gives us draw. No. We can get a second Immolate, though, for free, which is very, very good. So it's not going to be a perfect boss fight. But can I just remind you, who cares? We're going to kill this guy in, like, insanely good time. That was like a 3-turn kill on this guy. Absolutely. This is a weird one. To be honest, we would like to have more energy. And all of our skills are already being upgraded as we add them. So I think this works. 5 energy per turn leaves us in an amazing spot here. I don't even really want to remove curses. It's just I like both paths here. This one has a lot of question marks, which appeals to me. In fact, I 100% do not want to remove curses. Go ahead and hit me for 6. Again, we'll just Reaper through it at some point. I don't want to remove our curses because they're making the run tick Thanks to the early limit breaks actually having some value. I mean, you're absolutely dead. Blood for blood. Not necessarily bad, but also not necessarily necessary. Runic is tempting, but perhaps unnecessary. Bottled Flame, on the other hand, putting a guaranteed, like, Immolate Plus in our hand. To be fair, Dropkick would be free if we added it. I guess the second Shockwave is not the worst thing in the world, but I just don't think we need it. Give me 3 opportunities for colorless. Chrysalis. 5 random skills that cost 0. I don't want to thicken the deck. Okay? Sure. Trip for sure. I don't want to unnecessarily thicken the deck. Let's put it that way. So... it's going to hurt a little. I stand by it. Yes, we took a bunch of damage. We're going to take some more here. Hoping to draw... I mean, I guess Reaper would be our best call, but look at how quickly we're able to chew through these enemies. Healing is more effective in combat. Disgustingly good. Hopefully, you can see why I'm not really too perturbed. You know, sure, we take a little bit of damage in the process sometimes, but we also heal like crazy. Thanks to Healing Flower. This seems like a very winnable run right now. Remember Time Dilation. That was 100 damage turn 1, like, by accident. Again, Demon Form is weird, because, like, I definitely don't think it's bad, but I also don't think it's totally necessary. That being said, I'm going to play it regardless, just to make sure that our strength continues to rise like crazy. And of course, like, the more limit breaks we see, the happier we're going to be on top of that, so. I hate to do it, but I will play the Defend. And we're just trying to get, like, limit break back around. We're lucky we have a deck with, like, 8 win conditions. The big one is, it tends to be just immolating weak enemies over and over. But we also do very well. I mean, that was an immolate for 107 damage there. We also do very well. It's 1 difference. What do we care? We do very well with just getting limit breaks out there as fast as is humanly possible. Be a great turn to draw Reaper. We can also do 186 damage with a headbutt. That'll work fine. So, unfortunately, we have to rest. We definitely should have hit you. Oh well. So, like, we're going to be forced to rest when we go to this campfire. Which is not actually bad, but we would prefer not to, if possible. We're still going to get hit a little. Although, to be fair, it looks like we might need to. The reason it's so, like, minor is fairly obvious, I think. You know, our HP is fine. We're healing like crazy in between missions. In between encounters, I should say. I mean, we're also just gonna win there and be at full HP anyway. Twin Strike, I mean, I think it is... Oh, you didn't have to go here. You could have gone to the left side, you fool. Would have been an extra combat. Why not? Warpaint hit, you know, 2 decent options. Mercury Hourglass. We kill enemies fast enough that I think Mercury Hourglass is highly irrelevant. I don't even want to play anything else just yet. Yeah, okay. So I'm slightly worried about the bosses, but you know, we could have handled that a lot better. Let's just leave it at that. The only thing I want to say is, like, I don't want to come across as being overly cocky here, but this seems like a run that absolutely could get the job done. I think this is one of those situations where you 100% do not play Demon Form. The fight's too... it's too short. So the 32... there you go. I was starting to get a little nervous there, but with 32 strength, we need like 1 attack to not take damage. And sure, yeah, heavy blade will work for 108 damage. We don't really need that against Dono Deca, I think. I do want to fight the elite, so I will rest for no reason, except that we're forced to. We'll fight the elite, we'll rest again. I think it's worth it for a relic. Wouldn't mind getting a power out there just to see. It's a pretty bad power choice. I say this on probably every run. If you had to guess what relic I would say is like my #1 choice, what would you think it is? It's Bag of Prep. I mean, there's obviously, you know, if we get... I'm trying to think of like Vira or something is also okay. Just give us free strength and a kickstart on our limit break plays. But to have a stronger turn 1, a better chance to draw limit breaks, for example, like that's what it's all about for my personal standards right here. You are about to hit me for 33. That's no joke. Immolate would actually... It's not that bad because it hits you for 5 because of boot, but... I think we just play... I don't want to necessarily, but... do it this way. And I guess, like... Bring back a Reaper. The best situation I can imagine here is that we let you live on this turn, but we're... Maximum, we're going to be able to Reaper you for 3 HP, so we might as well just do it now. Incense Burner seems completely fine. At least we have a reason to rest. Again, we might as well take the Madness. Yeah, we don't really want an innate curse right now, because we're going to be forced to rest anyway. Alright. Here's the moment of truth. Might as well get this artifact potion up right away. I think we win because of Demon Form. We got it out so early. We'll play Shockwave as well. It should make the enemies wicked vulnerable. No, that's fine. At least it purged both of their artifacts. We can use Trip to make it happen. Now, we want to play anything that gives us a long-term benefit we want to play right away. So Evolve goes out there right away. Now, what do we want? Well, we got to stem the damage dealt, without a doubt. It's kind of... it's growing a little concerning. But we know how to win this run. It's limit breaks. If we get our strength up to like 100 and something, it's going to be tough to kill us. Even now, look at this. Like... Didn't have to do it like that, I guess, but... One of them is dead. That's how quickly it can change just due to one limit break. And, you know, we got another limit break here. You're probably just dead? Yeah. Okay, dude, we won another Ascension run. Focusing on strength, 1190 damage. I'm a happy man. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!